Welcome back to The Unknown Angler. Today we're going to be tying the Squimp. What you're going to need for this is a regular size 2 to 6 saltwater hook, 140 denier thread and tanned. You're going to wrap back a majority of the hook, almost to the end, but not quite. And then come back to about 1/3 of the way from the bend of the hook. So you have 2/3 in front of the eyes that you're going to tie on. You can use lead eyes here, or you can use bead chain. I'm using bead chain in this one, but lead eyes work fine too. Small and medium sized bead chain or lead eyes. Then we're going to tie in a craft fur tail. Now the craft fur tail, you can separate out the short fibers on a piece of long craft fur. Use the long fibers for another fly and use the short fibers for the tail and the wing of this fly. Tie the tail in 1/3 of the back of the hook and small chenille. Now I'm using a tan chenille here with a little sparkle to it. Now I'm going to tie a silicone leg on the front side of the hook. Pull it over to the other side of the hook so that I get 2 legs out of one piece on either side of the hook. Then I'm going to wrap in the chenille 1 turn behind the silicone legs, just 1 turn. What that's going to do is hold those legs at a right angle to the hook on the outside of the hook. Then I'm going to continue to wrap that chenille to the front of the hook. When you get to the eyes, go over, around, and come back up through, around, and back over. What you need to do is completely cover the eyes on the hook so nothing's showing. And then make a solid wrap all the way to the very eye of the hook, not the lead eyes, but the eye of the hook. So you're going to tie a neat head off here. You know, flip the fly over. If you have a rotary vise, that's great. If not, just undo it in your vise and flip it over. Now we're going to tie on the wing. The wing is another bunch of very short craft fur. By the way, this craft fur is about approximately a shank and a half to 2 shanks in length for the hook you use. Tie in the wing. Then we're going to use a little crystal flash on the wing. I usually just use 2 pieces of crystal flash. That works great for the wing. I double it over and wrap it back. And then last but not least, we're going to add some legs to the front of the hook. The same silicone legs you used for the back of the hook, use for the front. I'm using the hard orange silicone legs for this one. Just take one, lay it flat over where you've tied in the head, and just make a few wraps around it. Making 2 legs on one side, 2 legs on the other. Pull back the legs and whip finish. You're almost there. Once you whip finish it, you can cut the legs to length. If you cut them together, it's easier and faster and you get the same length legs. If you don't cut off enough, you can always come back. If you cut off too much, well, you're done. I'm going to add a little UV epoxy to the head. Get that with a UV light. Making sure it's cured all the way through. Now I'm just going to take a Pantone marker and go right back down the tail. Just do 3 bars on the tail, 3 bars on the wing. Give it a nice shrimpy look. and you're done. Very easy fly, extremely effective. You can use it for bones, mangrove snappers, works great. See you next time.